Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in the Risoux Forest. I should really pay more attention to the animals. That's out of 33,750 on there. Let's go there, and I'm going to buy another 12. See, the prices of these have all gone way down. Buy. Because my overall, I haven't been looking after my animals at all. And they die if you don't feed them enough. Health is on 0%. I think they die. This is really bad. Right. Lesson to be learned there, ladies and gentlemen. Look after your animals. I completely forgot about the looking after of my animals, and so now they are at death's door. I don't want to lose. Don't want to lose all of my cows before we've even started. Let's go over to you over here, and we'll load up 7. All right. Well, it was saying 30-odd thousand. Now, it's not giving me a total capacity on there. Not yet. So if we stop there. Now, it did say 33,000, but I've gone and bought some more now. So I'm wondering if that's going to have changed the total capacity on there. Let's have a look. No, it's still 33,750. So 33,750 appears to be the number, which means that as we progress, we're going to need to be feeding our cattle every single day. Fancy that, we're actually going to have to feed our animals every day. I didn't see that one coming. Well, there we go. Let's feed them. Let's make them happy. Much better. Now we got happy cows. 33,750. I'm going to fast forward this 1 hour. Actually, I don't even think I need to do it an hour. I just need to go forward a little bit, I think. Okay, maybe I do need to do it an hour. Oh, there we go. Right. It was an hour. And they've now registered as actually having some food to eat. I'll go and put what's left back in the shed over here. And because I think the furniture can reach a grand total of 7,000 per 1,000 litres if we wait until the evening, I'm going to just hold off at the moment, because at the moment we're only on 6,500, and I reckon we can go up by another 500 on that one. I mean, we're June at the moment. July, it does actually go a bit higher than that. So, yeah, we'll wait a minute. Let's bring you over this way. You can stop there for a second, and first and foremost, we want you. I need to take the front weight off. I'm just going to go up there directly in front of the shop. Like that. We're going to put on our new mowers. I think if we were to get a self-propelled mower, you still get the bit on the corners, which really irritates me. So it might just get to the point where, you know what, can't be bothered with this whole corner bit. And I just completely ignore it all the time. Which is partly going to irritate me, but also partly does mean that we can speed things up. So, at least I have a very solid reason for doing it, even if it kind of pains me doing it anyway. Does it make any sense? I'm hoping it does. So I'm going to go and do this little field up here first. And then we'll go from there, we will travel to the next little field. So I've got this one here, which is field 13. And then I want to go from field 13. So I'll bring you in over this side like this. So, which way do we go on the map? Oh, it's on completely the opposite side. So, no, there's no point in going any other way. I thought maybe I'd go over to here, but no, that's not going to be a good shortcut for us at all. So I could probably go from field 30. It would make sense, I suppose, to go from here to here to here, but I actually want to go and do 19 next. So that's what we'll end up doing. And I'm going to switch to the front. So we go Control X and unfold this bad boy. Like that. And then start it up. Now, for some reason, when I do Control V, it shuts off the back one. Oh. Didn't do it that time. It did when we used it the first time. Really know why, but it did. But anyway. And you can clearly see here, we've got this outside edge of grass that is... How far out did I go on the edge previously? I don't remember now. I'm going out a fair way on it, getting as much as I can. There was a little bit there that got left behind. That was land we didn't own, I'm thinking. And bring you in around like that. So yeah, at the moment I am leaving a big old strip, and it's going to happen again here. But at least it doesn't leave as bad a strip as it would if we didn't have the rear wheel assisted steering. So although it does leave a little bit there, it's not quite as bad as it could otherwise be. And bring you around like that. And then this is basically just going to sort of go like that to try and keep it from putting too much down. Yes. I've got little strips of grass being left behind, and quite frankly, today I'm not feeling like it's bugging me too much, so I'm just going to leave it. There will be other times when it bugs me way too much, and then I want to go and do something about it. For those of you who are watching that genuinely feel pained watching that, yeah, I'm sorry, there's not a lot I can do about it. Right, that's that bit done. Okay, weirdly, the back one does pick up. Normally, if you just do Control X, it lifts both of them up off the ground, switches them off, and folds them all in one smooth movement. It didn't do it that time. It left the front one down on the ground, so I had to manually pick that one up. I don't really know why it did it that way, but oh well, that's what it did. So there's one lot of mowing done. We'll go whizzing on up to the next field and get the mowing done up there, and then we can whiz on back down and get the mowing done in the new big field. So with the new big field, what we'll be able to do is twice around the outside edge, and then I can set the hired help going, and there's a big field for it to go and mow. So it should take quite a while to go and do that. Well, let's say quite a while. It will take a bit of time. It won't be all that long a time, I don't imagine. Let's get you going in here. So we do Control B. Start these bad boys up, and then Control V. And that time it did shut it off. I wonder if it's because I didn't give it time to start up properly. It was still in the process of starting up when I went to lower it down. I wonder if that's it. Because I paused slightly, just ever so slightly longer when I did it the first time. In the other field. It wasn't a lot. There wasn't a lot in it, but there was just marginally more pausing than there had been in the previous one. I'm going to take a wider cut on this now, just to see what happens with the grass growing back. And remember, this field is ultimately going to end up not being field that we use, so this one's not all that important. Really matter where we go with it. Actually, I'm going to just set the hired help going right there, because he's pretty much right anyway. And there's room for it to turn around on the end, so I'm hoping there is. Goes to there. Are you going to turn round okay on this? It's making sure he's got enough room. This is why on the big field we're going to want to have 2 passes at least going, well, I'd say 2 is probably enough, going around the field, because otherwise we could end up with a situation where he's trying to reverse too much, And if he tries to do that, this one, for some reason, he gets confused with the rear wheel steering and ties himself in a knot. And we did notice that previously. So there's also like a tree just across there, which may cause it to do a funny thing. Right. He's doing it right there. That... It hasn't recognized that it's a trailer. That's the problem. It doesn't seem to realize that the thing is a trailer. I'm guessing because of the way the rear wheel steering is working. Fortunately, this tractor is rather robust, so the tractor is just able to shove it on round the corner anyway. And then straighten up. But, yeah, we don't want it doing that, so the reason it did that is because of that tree there. And it'll do it again because of that one. So we'll get rid of that one, and we'll also get rid of these 2 deciduous trees here. Just because they're troublemakers anyway. So I think this one is possibly going to be a... There we go. Troublemaker. The other end is absolutely fine, and then there's a tree there that I want to get rid of. Don't think I need to worry about any of the others. They're far enough back. Possibly that one. Right there is a bit of a problem. So get rid of it. Now what's he going to do? See, now he's driving forwards and turning around. Okay, so that's absolutely fine. And yeah, you can go just because I don't like deciduous trees. Just like that. Right, so we've got that one out of the way. You are doing just fine, which means I want this one. I'll tip this one out. We'll head over this side and we'll go and pick up the bit in the small field over here. While the other mower is going, and then we can come back up and we can do the outside rounds. We've got 63,000 euros now, which is very close to being able to afford the slurry extension, which I think was... Actually, that was 60,000, wasn't it? So we can afford the slurry extension, which is good. We're going to be glad of that, because we'll soon be able to be putting slurry on the fields. Now, as far as grass is concerned, we don't need to... See, this is if I was going to be farming organically. Like, that, then it becomes sort of a thing, you know. But I'm not worried. This is one series where I'm not worrying about farming organically. And I got to be honest, I don't actually like it. I like to do all of my farming organically. I don't like using artificial chemicals, fertilizers, sprays, herbicides. I don't like doing that. I don't like it in real life, and I don't actually like playing the game like that either. It's just something that I've never particularly liked. Now, I'm not one of those people that I don't buy lots and lots of organic stuff. I buy it when I can afford it, but you know, I do still use the stuff. But like normal food, I don't specifically go and buy organic food all the time. But if I can avoid anything that has had lots of chemicals put on it, then I do. So I'm absolutely aware of what goes on with the food chain, having had such a long time in the farming industry, and I know that even on farms that aren't classed, like the farms that aren't classed as organic, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're doing everything really badly. I don't think that they're destroying the universe or anything. And I'm definitely not going to be preaching to everybody that you definitely have to have this, you definitely have to have that. I just don't like putting chemicals on the ground. I just don't like it. That's all. That's all it comes down to, is I don't like putting the chemicals on the ground. I don't like doing it myself. If I can, I don't buy food that has been grown under those circumstances. And so I'd like to try and play the game like that if I can as well. I like to try and play the game without putting anything artificial on. I like to have natural fertilizers being put onto the ground, such as, well, we do in the game. We've got the raking now, apparently. And then the animal manure and stuff that we use as well. So that's how I like to play the game. I can't always play the game like that. I'm choosing not to in this one, but I gotta be honest, it does genuinely bug me that I'm putting this stuff on the ground. Like when we have the fertilizer spinner and we go out round and we spread the fertilizer on the ground, it does sort of irritate me a bit that I'm putting fertilizer on the ground. I'm putting artificial fertilizers on. And even the organic ones, there's artificial fertilizer is it basically upsets the bacterial balance of the soil, and even with targeted, very specific fertilizers that generally you would consider to be pretty good. Right, so I'm just going to leave this one. Right, now he's fully fired up. Nope, he's just stopped anyway. Weirdly, I'm not quite sure why that is. So let's try it. Yeah, it just seems to be the first time you do it. He just doesn't like it. I don't know why that is. So artificial fertilizers of any kind, they upset the bacterial balance of the soil. And that bacterial balance in soil is basically what allows the plants to grow well. And what allows the plants to sort of get established and so on. And the soil structure in underneath the plants, everything, it's all kind of like a rich tapestry. And if you go and put artificial fertilizer in, even if it's organic rated artificial fertilizer, it still upsets that really, really delicate balance that is there. And there is a very delicate balance in there. And these trees have got to go, or this mower is not going to be able to turn around properly. So we'll move these out of the way. Take this back. Even though I don't actually want to, I'd be quite happy to leave these behind. But I don't want the mower sort of messing itself up. I'd rather just get rid of these trees. Right, that's fine there. And this one's going to go. I'm going to spare that one over there for now. Just because I'm feeling magnanimous. Right, let's go. But yeah, that balance in the soil, it's very easily upset. So even if you've got an organic rated artificial fertilizer, it's the concentration of the fertilizer that goes in that messes things up. Now, if you put slurry or manure or something in, that's sort of got to rot down, and the bacterial processes involved with it rotting down assist other processes within the soil that help keep the soil healthy, which in turn helps to keep the plants healthy. And you can do that even if you're not farming organically. So you can there are certain fertilizers you can use that take this into account now, although they're rather expensive. It's better to use animal manure by far. Compost or animal manures is way, way better than any other option. But it's you sort of also got to keep in mind that animal manure is not always available, and so it's quite difficult. But you can do that. You can do it with compost, various different types of compost, and things like that. So it is possible to do it. And then also you can use some herbicides and insecticides, fungicides. So you've got various disease treatment for different illnesses in the plants, things like that. And it can all sort of be used together. So it is possible to farm non-organically without putting the artificial fertilizer on the field. And it's the artificial fertilizer that can cause the biggest problems. Causes more issues for, well, the overall soil health than a lot of other things. But it's complicated. It's not like it used to be just sort of fairly cut and dried. Like you farm organically or you didn't, and that was it. Nobody really worried about it. But it turns out that it's way more complex than just about anybody realised. The proper ecology of the soil and everything, and there's way more to it. And years of using artificial fertilizers have really done a lot of damage, and so then long term it makes it more difficult for plants to grow. One of the things that we have found is, and it's now happening in huge areas of the world, is direct drilling is a much better way of maintaining soil structure and keeping plants healthy than other methods that can be used. So instead, so no ploughing involved. And a lot of people have been pointing out in the videos that, ploughing is just not happening in a lot of places anymore. It's all direct drilling. However, there are still times where ploughing is needed. You still actually need to be doing ploughing as well as the direct drilling. It's sort of got to be a combination of the two. And so once again, it's kind of finding the correct balance between everything. And this is something that fascinates me. The amount that we're learning about farming, as a species, the humans have been farming for quite some time now, and we've gotten pretty good at it. We've gotten pretty good at growing our own food. We're sort of mastering that art. But we're also... It's amazing how much we're still finding out about the art of farming that nobody really knew before. And the differences that some of the things that we do can make. And I'm trying to line it up so that I'm in line with the bit on the end, and I actually need to be facing this way, which surprises me. I'm down here and I can't see the other edge of the field very well, other than on the mini-map. And it's kind of like that angle there, which is quite a sharp angle. Right, let's see what that does. He's going to lift that one up, and then he's going to come along, he's going to do the back bit. Now, obviously, he's going to try to cause all manner of problems, I expect, to get round that corner. Yep, there we go. Told you. Called it. Is he going to be able to get round that corner, though? He is doing it. As long as he keeps moving, he won't say he's encountered a weird object. He will just turn it round. Now what's he doing? Oh, he's just lining up a little bit. And there we go. And there we go again. Alright, well, he mostly did an okay job there. He's definitely turning around as though he doesn't realise there's something on the back, though. Or at least he thinks that the back is turning. I'm assuming it's because of the way the back wheels turn, and he doesn't like that. See, he's going to do it again now. So he drags the mower round. Instead of doing it the other way, he's trying to drag the mower around like this, which is... And that's just not going. That's going to end up not working there. So we'll just have to turn it around for it, because it's never going to do it. If I go here, something like that, fire it up. Hired help goes in. Lowest next one, and off he trots. It's probably going to do the same up this end. Just for one more pass, and then I'm hoping it's going to mostly be okay for doing all of the turning. But this mower is appalling. This is why we're going to need to get another mower, aren't we? So we're going to have to sell this one, and we're going to get another one. We've got mowers in here. There are a couple of options. So this one's been Stevie-fied. It's still only doing the 10 meters wide compared to the other one, and we don't really have any other options on the self-propelled ones. There is, of course, the trail. Well, we've got the biggest one right there. We've sort of got the biggest and the best already, but there are some other options. It's like that one on the front, but that one doesn't do rowing up. Neither does that one. So most of these don't have good... They're not good alternatives. There's this one here, maybe. That's 10 meters. That's the same as the self-propelled one. I'd rather have the self-propelled one, to be honest. Now, are you going to be able to turn properly? He's not going to be able to do it, is he? He's just got too far to turn. I think maybe if I was to go 3 times around the field, it would have done it. So when we do our hay again, we'll go 3 times round this big field and we'll see if that is enough. Maybe that's what it needs. It just needs 3 times round. So let's start you up there. I'm hoping that he's far enough in. Might be. Ooh, that's cutting it pretty fine. Oh, that is cutting a very fine line all the way down through there. But it did do it. And lift up the front one, and then he'll go back here. And I'm hoping also he will... What's he going to do? See, 3 times would be enough. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it go there for a minute. I'm going to have this one. I've taken the grass out of... I've tipped the grass out of this one, and... Well, that one is faffing around there and messing about. I'm going to go up through here. I'm going to drive up the side of the field, because this is something that you would do in real life quite frequently. And then we'll go on up to the next field. So we'll go and get the little bit of silage that we got up here while he's doing this. Oh, he's now finally lined up, and he started. I'm going to go and start picking up this field. Alrighty then, I have been given a new machine, well, a series of machines. I'm just going to show you very quickly. Giants have very kindly given me, not Veenhouse, Vermeer. Giants have very kindly given me some early access to this pack. I realise by the time you watch this video, this pack will have been out for a week, I think. Yeah, a week. Maybe a little bit more, but I get to have a look at it. So there's not a huge number of items in here, but obviously this is like the big one. I've seen this one being advertised, and I've seen videos on this particular machine right from when it was first being developed as a prototype, and I've seen all the comments from different people when it was first being developed as a prototype about how it was utterly useless, it would never be any good, it would never work. The usual kind of comments you get from anything that is even slightly different from standard, that is being released, any kind of machinery. You always see it. Thousands upon thousands of comments. Oh, this is new and different. Therefore, it must be wrong. It must be terrible. It must be awful. It's never, ever going to work because we've always done it like this. And this is how progress is made, by always doing the same thing. But anyway, they're now commercially available to buy, and these balers are actually pretty good from what I've heard and from what I've seen. We're going to try one out. I've added a little bit of extra money in just from the loan, so we're going to get one of these now, and we're just going to go and try it out a little bit. I'm not going to do very much. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.